Hey guys, what's up? Fear Effect was just shadow dropped on PlayStation Store, which is really cool. This old 90s survival horror game that's kind of a cult classic, you might say. It's kind of a fusion of John Woo cinematic Matrix-style action combined with like a Ghost in the Shell futuristic setting and some Resident Evil gameplay. It's very cool. It's very freaking cool. What an amazing freaking release, man. They re-released Fear Effect. Fear Effect is back. Fear Effect. This classic. Can you believe it? Can you actually believe it? You know, I still can't believe it. It doesn't feel real to me, but I woke up this morning, I turned on my PlayStation 5, I turned to my wife. Well, actually, I don't have a wife. I turned to my cat, and I say, babe, is that Fear Effect? She was like, yeah, I think it is. I'm like, holy shit, Fear Effect. Fear Effect. So we were both gobsmacked, and I don't know what to say. Like, this changes everything. This is it. Like, where do we go from here? As a society, as a people? Like, where do we go from here, you know? Can things get better? Like, Fear Effect is out. They re-released Fear Effect. I mean, it wasn't good enough that we had Resident Evil 2 and 3 re-released on PS5. Like, that's... Now we got Fear Effect? They just dropped that on us without any announcement or anything? That's insane. Like, how do we continue as a species? How do we continue? So, like, I was feeling so grateful for this miracle, this incredible thing that happened, that I went to church. You know, it's Sunday. I went to church, and I had to thank somebody, so I went to church, and I thanked the Lord, you know? I got down on my knees, and I prayed, you know? I was like, thank you, God, or aliens, depending on what you believe. History Channel, you know, said that it could be aliens. But thank you. Thank you for making this happen. You know, I was like, thank you, God, you know, for this bounty, for this re-release of this mostly forgotten gem from the 90s that was so cool and that I saw on a Blockbuster shelf one time. It's back. It's fucking back. Fear Effect is back. You know? We once again get to feel like kids again for the 90th time, and I'm very excited. It's so, like, okay, I left the church. I'm looking at my phone, I'm looking at the clock on my phone. I'm like, shit, I lost an hour. I don't know how that happened, but I went to get my coffee at Starbucks. Stopped for some coffee, you know, for a latte. And even the barista is hyped. You know, I'm talking to the barista, and he's like, dude, Fear Effect. Fear Effect is back. Did you know? I'm like, I know. It's back. It's so real. I was like, is this really happening, dude? He was like, Fear Effect. I remember Fear Effect. He's like, I was like, dude, did you play it? And he was like, no, but I remember it. I'm like, yeah, me too. And he's like, dude, I bet it's awesome. Because it's old and it's been gone for a long time and now it's back. That makes it pretty fucking cool. I'm like, yes, it does. I want to play it. I bet it's awesome. You know? There's so much mystique around it. Because it's this old game that looks really stylish and cool that was unavailable for a long time, unless you're a PC gamer and have access to everything under the sun because of hacking and mods and all that kind of crazy shit. But I'm a console plebe, and so was the barista. So we were like, yeah, no, that's so cool, man. Thank you, Sony, for making this available again, and limited run games. So, you know, the barista's hyped, I'm hyped. He forgets to put the cream in my coffee, and I'm not mad, because Fear Effect. Fear Effect, I can't get mad at him, you know? I was like, dude, you forgot the cream in my coffee, but Fear Effect. He was like, Fear Effect, and it was okay. You know, we spoke the language. I'm leaving the coffee shop. I'm going down the street. There's a fucking parade coming down the street. I'm like, there hasn't been a parade in this town in like 50 years. What the fuck is this? It's a Fear Effect parade. I'm like, how'd they even throw this together? This just got shadow dropped. There was no time to prepare. They had floats built that looked like they were from the game. People were doing the Fear Effect dance from the game. You know, the dance from the Fear Effect. They were quoting lines from the game. one of the most famous lines, you know, there's nothing to fear but the effect of fear. You remember that line? That's from Fear Effect. Yep. Yep. All the funny bits, all the little references to other things, you know, we're gonna need a bigger boat. You remember that scene? Little Jaws reference in there. Yep, that was in Fear Effect. Yep, yep. Here's Johnny. Shining reference. That was also in Fear Effect. So, you know, that game was just full of great little nuggets and Easter eggs that, you know, a lot of people didn't even know about at the time because we were kids in the 90s. There's so many cool things in Fear Effect, you know, and this parade got it all right. Everybody was jumping around, cosplaying as their favorite characters. It was so freaking cool. So there's a lot of hype surrounding Fear Effect. And, you know, it's a beautiful day. Look at all the sunshine and blue sky. I'm not even sweating. Fear Effect. Yep. Fear Effect. Just chalk it up to Fear Effect. One of the greatest re-releases of all time. Until the next vintage game gets re-released and we get hyped for that. But for now, it's Fear Effect. Fear Effect. Anyway, you get to burning and live for the passion